Hi, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are finishing up WandaVision in this video, watching episode 9 titled The Series Finale. What a fitting title. It doesn't really give anything away, it's just what it is. It's the series finale. Man, what a journey this has been. I'm gonna miss this show once it's over. I know that we're gonna continue on in the world of the MCU. We're gonna get more series and movies as we usually do. But it's gonna be a sad farewell. And I think that just what they've done throughout this series with especially Wanda and Vision is just. It's been really nice getting to know them better and to see just like that relationship and unfortunately what it could have been or what it has been here. Like so many revelations. Still have a bunch of questions, I'm sure. But at least like the last episode explained a lot, in particular in regards to Wanda and her mental state, what she's been going through her entire life and leading up until this point, and also how she created Vision, or a different Vision, because it's not the Vision that we know. That body got transformed into the White Vision. I know I didn't mention it in the last one, like by name, but that is a thing from the comics, and it seems like Hayward is then gonna pit this White Vision against Wanda. And everybody else in there, maybe Agatha as well. What's gonna happen? And Agatha is like, we've been firmly on the side of like she's pretty much a villain so far, but that could also turn around. Like she might end up helping Wanda, and she's not just here because of like selfish reasons, and she wants the power that Wanda has, and she's jealous. She at least wanted to figure out how this all happened, and that's once again what happened in the last episode. And I also quickly want to mention, or just like a few corrections from our last discussion, that apparently or probably Thanos did know about the Mind Stone inside of the scepter before he gave it to Loki, and it was just a gamble on his side, and him trying to use one Infinity Stone to get another Infinity Stone, or that's at least what people have told us in the comments. And then of course the whole Avengers Assemble debacle there, back and forth between the two of us. Even though I corrected myself like 30 seconds later, a lot of people were still telling me in the comments that, no dude, you're wrong. It's like, yes, I know, I found out, just keep watching the video. Never mind. No more talking. Shall we get into this?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Sorry. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for some of the shows that we're doing. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Here we go. Oh, damn. Okay. Go to your room. Fast.
Take power from the undeserving.
Ah.
Sounds like Motto in a way.
Oh shit, she's doing... So that's her thing, yeah. Siphoning powers. Oh. Didn't see that coming.
Behind you.
Just took off her boots. Oh no, that's the wrong one. It's very white. So yeah, White Vision.
White Vision.
He's gonna... Oh shit!
V.
V versus V.
Yeah.
Damn.
Vision, this is our home.
Then let's fight for it.
Oh.
Waste your breath, babe.
He's such a frat boy.
Yep. Come on, Monica. You've got powers too.
You must be destroyed.
Fuck no. Whoop.
Merch, please.
Merch? Yeah.
Hey, it's my favorite member of the Bureau.
Oh, damn.
If only you had a little more vision.
That's a good one, Hayward.
Well, he did take a phone and also... Oh.
Nifty little magician.
Yeah. He's learned a lot since Ant-Man.
Hey, I've got a situation and I was hoping you could get here. Inside the hour?
So yeah, a bluff. Good one.
Do you know there's an entire chapter devoted to you in the Darkhold?
It was the Darkhold.
That's the Book of the Damned.
Oh shit. Okay. You guys were right.
No one taught me magic.
Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme. It's your destiny to destroy the world.
Really anything. If you could just let her out of her room. If I could just hold her. Please.
Oh damn.
She's your meat puppet. I just cut her strings.
Just cutting all the strings now.
Mm-hmm. What a transition.
This is my man cave. Place to chillax, you know, while the missus is stirring up trouble.
Frat boy, all the way.
Chillax.
Agnes doesn't live here.
Ralph?
You're Ralph Boner?
Boner.
Boner.
That's Ralph, alright.
So that's Ralph, yeah. Damn, this is rough. Shit, Wanda. Oh, she's gonna break the hex. Alright, yeah, people. Run! Oh no, he's gonna break apart. Fuck. Because she opened the hex.
Now do you see? You tied your family to this twisted world, and now one can't exist without the other.
No. Fuck, Wanda. But of course they managed to get in before it closed again.
Yep.
My programming directive is to destroy the Vision. But I'm not the true Vision, only a conditional Vision.
Oh. Destroy yourself.
Boys, handle the military. Mommy will be right back.
Nice.
He even took his hat. Yep.
Yep.
And glasses.
Ooh. Nice.
Nice tricks.
I like yours too.
Some cute kids, those.
What's gonna happen to them if they can't? Oh, Darcy!
Oi!
Yes!
Meep, meep, Murpher.
You are familiar with the thought experiment that ship of Theseus in the field of identity metaphysics.
Defeat him with
When
logic.
planks of wood rot and are replaced with new planks.
Ooh.
I am Vision.
Ooh. Oh shit, that's scary.
Yep. Reanimation?
Wait. Turning towards her? Oh. There it is.
Give me your power, and I will correct the flaws in your original spell. And no one ever have to feel this pain again.
I don't know if I trust her.
No.
What is her plan?
The spell can never be changed.
This
world you made will always be broken.
Of course.
Just like you.
Oh?
A little trick. Oh, she made runes.
Oh yeah, that's what she was doing. Haha. Well, Agatha did say she lacked the knowledge, but
Thanks for the lesson.
there we go, turning into a real Scarlet Witch.
Custom change.
Damn.
You have no idea what you've unleashed. You're gonna need me.
If I do, I know where to find you.
Just about to say it.
Hiya, hun.
No one will ever bother you.
Okie dokie, artichokey.
I'll be seeing you, Agnes.
I know you'll set everything right. Just not for us.
We could never truly leave each other, even if we tried. You know that, right? Thanks for choosing me to be your mom.
I just wanted to see you clearly. And there you are.
This goddamn series, man.
What am I?
You, Vision, are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me. You are my sadness and my hope, but mostly you're my love.
We have said goodbye before. So it stands to reason.
We'll say hello again.
Going through all of the time periods. You're right.
No.
I'm sorry for all the pain I caused.
I know.
I don't understand this power, but I will.
Oh.
Good luck.
Who's gonna help her understand this power?
Doctor Strange, please.
No, please stand by. This time around. Damn. Kinda knew it had to end that way, but still. That was heartbreaking. Saying goodbye again, losing Vision for the third fucking time.
Losing her kids.
And her kids, especially. Yes, as soon as they told us that no, you can't, like, they can't exist outside of this world you've created, then that was just...
Yeah.
Because you couldn't keep just having these people there imprisoned. And even though they might never know what she did, what she sacrificed, still, she did the right thing, I guess. And of course, we're just gonna wait and see if there's a post-credit scene.
Authority looks good on you, Jimmy.
Where's Darcy?
Something about debriefs are for the weak.
They're asking for you in the theater. Thank you.
Who's in the theater?
I was sent by an old friend of your mother's.
Oh damn,
Oh!
Skrulls!
He'd like to meet with you.
Where?
Up there, yep. So that old friend would be Nick Fury. Nice.
Interesting.
I was wondering if like a Skrull was going to show up at some point
Yeah.
during all of this. Also because once again we saw Fury last time was in space on a sword/Skrull ship, and we know that they were helping him out and posing as both Nick Fury and Maria Hill in Far From Home. That was kind of like one of the reveals towards the end.
But also because we know the scrolls from
Captain Marvel, yes.
where
yes.
we know Rainbow from.
Yeah, or her mom, yeah, exactly.
That's why I said Rainbow.
Mm.
Because that fit both the bills.
Yeah, both of them. Both Maria and Monica. Oh, wait. Another post-credit scene. Good thing we kept watching. Wow, that's beautiful. This is where she went?
Yeah.
What are they gonna show? Oh shit, she's got the Darkhold. Looking for ways to get her family back, of course. That might be the lead into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Because that book is
Not good.
Not good news. I know you haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that, but it's the cause of a lot of problems in that series. And I am pretty sure that the last time we saw it, Ghost Rider kind of took it with him to another realm. I'm not quite sure if it was hell or what it was. But he also got, his Ghost Rider powers, or the Ghost Rider persona, got that from the devil, aka Mephisto.
Ah, right. Okay.
So they can still bring all of that in there, even though I know maybe Disney's not going to do that, and that has something to do with the real world and China, and yeah, let's not get into all that shit. But it's interesting, at least, like where it could go from here. And I was thinking about whether or not that was the Darkhold, but I didn't think that they were going to bring that thing into this part of the MCU, only because it was a part of like the television side, which kind of broke off with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. once again. But they did, and I love the connectivity. At least, like, there's a lot of reward in there for people who have been following along. And of course, also for people who have been reading the comics. Like, you guys know the most of what might happen or what could happen. Even though they don't always follow the comics to a T. A lot of the time they will go their own way, or they will just take something from the comics and draw inspiration from it and then tweak it in certain ways, and then use it in a way that it fits, where it fits the most with how things are going in the MCU and how they want the stories to, like, where they want them to go. But anywho, that was WandaVision. Series finale. It's over. They wrapped up things kind of nicely, but still leaving a lot of stuff out there, or a door open for many of these things that happened in the series to continue on, especially with Wanda and where she ended up. We just talked about the Darkhold, reading through it. I'm pretty sure like that was a hint towards the end with her hearing her children, that's what she's looking for. She still wants to regain what she lost, and this time hopefully without causing all like the pain that she did in Westview, because I'm sure that must be weighing heavily on her.
Yeah, but maybe, as some people have said before, maybe she is going to be the one, because Agatha or Agnes, she talked about this with Scarlet Witch being the one that kind of broke the world or like destroyed the world.
Yeah, it's just destiny or something too. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe she's the one who's actually going to break down the, I wouldn't say barriers, but like the barriers between realms and worlds and universes and dimensions and everything. Like, and because of her doing this thing and trying to breathe through the Darkhold and all this, and she has no knowledge of her power. She has no training either, in the same way that, for example, Doctor Strange has.
Yes.
And that's probably going to cause the demise of the world, or at least like a collapse between the barriers or something like that, and then we're going to have this multiverse created.
Yes, something to that extent. I'm pretty sure you're on the right track there, and that's when Doctor Strange is going to have to do something. I was hoping, just the optimist in me, that she was going to go to someone like Doctor Strange and be like, I need help with this, like managing my powers, my newfound personality as the Scarlet Witch. But no, she just secluded herself with the Darkhold. So that might backfire, or that's probably going to backfire heavily on her. And then, yeah, Strange is going to have to clean it up, or at least help herself to correct the mistakes that she made once again. In a way, I would hate for that to just be a thing or a theme just going on and on, that like she keeps on making mistakes and hurting people in her search for like family and trying to regain what she lost. Or yeah, but it does jive well with the source material, and I do think that they handled it pretty well during this series, at least, and showing us how she got to that point. But she was still, like, she was not a bad person or anything. She didn't snap in the way that it just made her into a straight up villain. She still hurt people. But as she also said, like, that was not intentional on her part. She thought that, like, the way she was doing it wasn't hurting them per se. She didn't know, or it seemed like she didn't know about what the people of the town told her, where they're like, we have your nightmares. Like, what you're going through, your pain, we have that in us because of what you're doing. And that seemed to, like, really hit her. Like, fuck, okay, I did something completely wrong here. Even though she might have known beforehand that what she was doing was not completely, or strictly speaking, like the right thing to do.
But she might have been in denial because she was in so much pain.
Yes,
and this was what, 2 weeks after the
Endgame, I think.
Yeah. So if that's 2 weeks after, that's not enough time to process such a trauma that this whole thing was. And yeah, just don't even. Well, there's a lot of trauma, and that can really put you on a spin, or put you, what's the saying? Throw you for a spin?
Throw you for a loop, I think, or yeah, whatever the saying is. It can do a lot of damage. That's for sure. Both on oneself and your surroundings. that's what happened. But she really tried to correct it, and did so for the citizens of Westview as best as she could, but also losing her family in the process, her kids and Vision again.
It's hard.
Very hard to watch. And they, yeah, I already said it, but I think they handled it pretty well. But they did leave that door open for them to say hello again, and not just goodbye, with the White Vision. We got introduced to him in the post-credit scene of the last episode, and then he was in this one for about like half the episode. Most of it during that big CGI slugfest that was going on. That was very MCU. It had to happen at some point. Like, we can see that's where most of the budget, when it came to the CGI stuff, that's where it went into this episode, or a lot of it at least. And we got some battles and White Vision, and then Wanda's creation there, Vision, which was the part of the Mind Stone that was still inside of her. We got that confirmed as well. Like, those two were battling it out, and then it, instead of straight up fighting, it kind of became a battle of wits, or like Wanda's Vision was fighting the White Vision by using logic. And I very much like that, because that's
that
always
dangerous tool, that logic.
Yeah, but it's always been Vision's thing. Like, he's a very intelligent, sentient being, and kind of convinced him that, like, I'm not the real Vision. You're not the real Vision. Like, we both are in a sense, and you still have your memories. Showed it to him, and then he just fucked off.
Yeah.
So he's out there, and there is that possibility that he might come back at some point.
Yeah, he might be instrumental in
fixing Wanda once again. Yeah. And I don't know, or I kind of wonder maybe why Vision didn't, or her Vision didn't tell her about it there in the end when they said goodbye. But that it's probably just what he hinted at with the, we might say hello again at some point. Because yeah, he has his memories. The White Vision still probably has something to figure out for himself, and how he's going to deal with that, and what is his role in this world going to be. And I also do quickly want to mention, because people have been talking about this, that in an interview with Paul Bettany, he was alluding to this actor that he has always wanted to work with. And everybody was just theorizing wildly, who could it be? Like, going from Al Pacino to Mark Hamill or something like that. And then some people were also saying, what if it's just himself and he's just trolling us? I think that was it. He was just acting like opposite himself in a couple of scenes in this one. So I find that funny. But yeah, I think before we continue, we do have some stuff here over on Patreon, some comments and questions from people. I did once again put it out rather late, this post. I'm not good at remembering this stuff, but there are a couple of comments. So let's get into it. Okay, and one of them is quite long.
Holy.
From Divrik. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. With the addition of the Darkhold to the main overall storyline, do you think this means that Wanda is the villain in Doctor Strange 2? Since Agatha said you have no idea of what you've done.
Yep.
Yeah. We sort of alluded to this, or talked a little bit about it, that and have always been anticipating that she was going to be somehow the root of the problems, or what's going on in Doctor Strange 2. So yeah, I think that's very clear, and especially now that she's got the Darkhold and is reading through that, because everybody who's come in contact with that thing has been corrupted by it, at least in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, well, and Agatha was clearly corrupted by it. Her power was taken away from her. Yeah. So maybe some of her power even is sitting there corrupting Wanda as well, and now
Yeah, I wonder when she got a hold of it. It might just be what we also talked about at some point, that like in that 5-year period between Infinity War and Endgame, where Strange wasn't there and maybe no one was guarding like the Sanctum, and she just went in and took it. But how did that get there then? Like, what happened between when Ghost Rider took it? And I have a feeling they're gonna explain it somehow.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, and on to a rather long comment here from Lexi, but that's just awesome. Okay, I'm actually a little disappointed / underwhelmed by the finale. So much build up for this show to conclude like this. Reminded me a bit of the Lost finale. Haven't seen that, so I don't know exactly. I know that it was like a lot of people was disappointed by it when it happened, or at least I remember people talking about it. Anyway, a lot of unanswered questions. Still a good episode, and I overall like the show. Some thoughts after only one viewing. I didn't really like Darcy in the show. She just came in and said some one-liners, asked questions for the audience, and that's it. She didn't have a big role in this one, and towards the end of the show.
No, she had like one line in this one.
Yes, that was kind of drowned out by what was going on the screen and the action and the music. She did help out and capturing Hayward, and then she just disappeared after that because she's not a big fan of debriefings. So yeah, and it's like when they did use her, I was really enjoying her on screen, and the fact that she was being very sassy. Sometimes like it was very comedic relief sort of deal. But I also feel that she was a bit underused, especially towards the end.
Definitely.
So I hope to see her again at some point, because I do like the character.
Very much.
Same goes for Wu, even though he did a little more. He also fell a little bit more into the background towards the tail end of the show. He did something as well in this episode and got a hold of the phone and called his friends at Quantico. That was difficult to say for some reason. And showing off his leadership skills, which Monica also complimented him on. So maybe we're going to see him in a like higher position later on inside of law enforcement, or maybe SWORD or SHIELD again. And I do also enjoy his character. The Evan Peters Pietro was just a normal guy played by Evan Peters. No connection at all to X-Men or the multiverse. Yeah, that was a red herring.
Yeah, very much.
I'm kind of sad that that was just them trolling us like crazy. Because people went nuts when that happened, when that episode dropped and we got towards the end and he showed up, and everybody was just like, oh, this is how they're going to bring the X-Men into the MCU and multiverses. And but
well, us included.
Us included, yes. I think everybody did that. But no, it was just some guy. It was Ralph Boner. And he was pretty much just this frat boy living in like the house there that Agatha took over. That was just it. So just very much a we got you there, people. You think we're going in one direction, but no, it was something different and not as exciting.
One Direction.
Wanda Direction. Oh,
gotta stop. I'm sorry, I gotta stop doing that.
Hyping up the aerospace engineer for 2 episodes just for it to be absolutely no one. Yeah, that might still come back at some point. That's at least something they left out there. And we also had that post-credit scene with Monica talking to the Skrull, and she's gonna go up into space and meet Nick Fury or talk to him, and he's gonna give her some sort of mission, and maybe that's how she's gonna bring in her aerospace engineer friend again. So it might still pop up, but yeah, in this series we didn't really get a big payoff. All right, and here's another thing that came up like in the real world or in an interview. Elizabeth Olsen teasing a Luke Skywalker style like level cameo that hadn't been leaked. This just didn't happen, or was that supposed to be White Vision? Because apparently Pietro was leaked before the series happened, or at least that Evan Peters was going to be in it. So yeah, I don't know what the Luke Skywalker level cameo thing she was talking about. Yeah, I guess that just depends on who you ask and how much you put into like what it means to have a Luke Skywalker level cameo. Like to us, it has always been like nothing can top that. So that's just, no matter what it is, we're maybe just gonna be disappointed by it. But yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's because there's been so much like with people, just dissecting everything, like from trailers or leaks, interviews, everything, stuff like that, and people have been picking it apart. And basically when the movie comes out or the series comes out or whatever kind of media it is, people have already they already know at this point, and then they don't really get surprised, and then they're like, yeah, that
was a disappointment,
stuff like that
sort of deal.
We've seen it before. People, I think most people basically guessed Endgame before it came out.
Like how it was gonna end, or
yeah, like how they were gonna wrap it up, or how they were gonna undo Thanos' work and stuff like that. It's been
time travel and
all that stuff. It's like, so it's just, this world is so filled with people trying to dissect everything before it comes out, and at that point it no longer becomes about the experience you're going through, but it comes about like who can tell what from
who's gonna be right, or who can break this whole thing down before we see it, and then people have certain expectations, and
and maybe then they're trying to combat it with putting all like leaks and putting out like teasers and red herrings all around.
Saying stuff or showing us stuff that's not gonna happen at all, just to throw us off, and it's still gonna end up disappointing some people. So yeah, you can't please everyone, but us not getting a Luke Skywalker level cameo didn't ruin the show for me,
definitely
at all. Okay, I really liked the acting, especially Catherine Hahn and Paul Bettany really stood out. They certainly did, but I also think Elizabeth Olsen, and in this one and the previous episode in particular, she was the big standout. Just her grief and the way she handled it, but was still coming off as this very powerful witch or superhero, whatever you want to call her. She did an amazing job.
She did.
She really, really did. And I cannot wait to see more of her. She has just become, with this series, I think, a really big part of the MCU. She always had that kind of a side character vibe to her through the other movies, and not as important as someone like Cap or Iron Man or Hulk, Black Widow even. But now, she's been pushed to the forefront of the MCU, and I really like that.
Same.
I always liked her character, and I love Elizabeth Olsen's acting. She's amazing. Not to say anything bad about her big sisters, but out of the three, I think she's the most talented acting wise.
I can't say something about
Mary-Kate and Ashley.
No, because I have never experienced their
acting. Okay, fair enough.
I wouldn't know. So I think it's unfair to base them off of something like
when they were kids.
Pure reputation. And, and also just what they did when they were kids.
Fair enough. Bottom line is, she did an amazing job, and so did Catherine Hahn. And she even got turned into the Agnes funny neighbor, nosy neighbor version, which she plays very well. Her comedic timing is just on point. Same with Paul Bettany when they were just doing the sitcom stuff at the start of the series. He impressed me so much because his timing as well, impeccable, and also his vulnerability as Vision later on was well done. Man. Good stuff. I think Agnes was a good villain, but on the other hand, Hayward was our one-dimensional bad guy in a high position. Didn't really like what they did with him, no real motivation except bringing Vision back and getting a weapon. I think when he was, or at least when he felt like most two-dimensional through this series was when he was talking about, or like, and telling Monica, like, you weren't here for those 5 years. You don't know how hard it was when people just disappeared and we didn't know whether or not they were coming back or what was going to happen to the world. So I get where he's coming from, his character, but yes, he did end up more or less as a one-dimensional villain. And that's still something that the MCU or Marvel, they struggle with once in a while, is the villains just coming off as one-dimensional. But yeah, it is what it is. White Vision shows up, punches Vision a few times, and is beaten by facts and logics pretty much instantly. Thought he would do much more than basically nothing. Oh, I think he was used as a tease for what's to come and keeping that door open, as I've said now multiple times, for Vision to come back in some way later on. So it was them just, we're gonna lose Vision again in this series, but we might get him back in a different way. And that is also very true or close to the source material. So yeah, I didn't mind it that much, even though it felt quick, his role in all of it. Alright, and Lexi is ending the whole thing with, even though my thoughts on the finale aren't really that much positive, I enjoyed the show a lot. It couldn't be Friday soon enough to watch the new episode. It still feels like the finale stretch over one more episode would have done no harm to the show. Wanda's character got a lot better thanks to this show, but most of the others didn't get enough room to breathe and develop their character. Hayward, Monica, and even Agnes. Additions of Wu and Darcy were nice, but also could have been more. Looking forward to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and my boy Daniel Brühl, aka Zemo now. Brühl, sorry. I always have trouble pronouncing his last name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daniel. Yeah, I love that actor. Daniel? Oh, yeah, sorry. The guy who's playing Zemo. I'm just gonna refer to him as that when I can't get his name right.
I was just thinking how you would pronounce it in German.
Yeah, because yes, he's German. And of course, also looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Enjoyed this series very much. Yes, a lot happened, and maybe they could have developed some of the stuff more and dive deeper into like what's going on with the side characters. But I think like at least Wanda and Vision, the ones that we focused on, developed them a lot. And then the others, like, we are going to see them again. Like that's the thing with the MCU. It's like a continuous story now told in both movies and series. So we're definitely going to see them again.
And now at least they didn't kill off Agnes.
No.
So they might use her again.
Yes. She's just going to stay there in a little sort of prison that Wanda made for her. I'm not quite sure how that works out. If Wanda is gonna like check up on the prison, like if Agnes is or Agatha is gonna try to escape, can she, even now that she's just being reverted back, or she's being transformed into Agnes, the nosy neighbor? Yeah, but at least she's alive. We might see her again. Same goes for Darcy and Wu, Monica, and White Vision. We're going to see all of those people again, but I think the most important part was focusing on Wanda and also Vision, but most of all Wanda, I think, in this series. And they certainly did that and also teased some stuff to come. And we might see her children again, if she managed to bring them back somehow. And I don't know if they're then going to use the same actors, the child actors there. I think they did a decent job as Speed and Wiccan, Tommy and Billy. I can never remember like who's who, but yeah, they did a good job. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed doing this, theorizing from week to week. I know we sometimes get a lot of stuff wrong, but it's difficult.
Part of the fun.
It's part of the fun, definitely, and being like, oh, that's a theory, and then it's kind of not true. And sometimes they do pan out. But either way, it's just good to be back in the MCU. Feels like Phase 4 has now been kicked off in the right way, or they started it. And next up, as Lexi alluded to, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I am going to be watching on this channel with my father, or Major Dad as he's known on the channel, and then you will be back for Loki when that happens. And yeah, I know you're looking so much forward to that, because Loki is
Tom Hiddleston. Oh my god.
or yeah, just Tom Hiddleston is the big favorite, and we've only seen a little bit from that one, like just a quick teaser trailer where they did show a lot, it seems like, but I was still sort of confused about everything going on, and I don't want to see any more, read anything more before we get into that one. And I think then the Falcon and the Winter Soldier are going to be more MCU as we know it, and then there's also more to come down the line, a lot of movies. When are we going to see Black Widow, Eternals? I did see like an image with like the slate of like upcoming MCU projects where it was like 24 or 26 MCU projects in the next like
I think
4
it's
years, or
one new thing every week for the rest of your year.
yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, if
Basically.
it's going to be one new television episode or just a behind the scenes
movie
thing
or-
or a
yeah.
movie, yeah. But I think that's going to do it for this reaction, or our reaction to WandaVision, and this being the series finale. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.